Have you ever wanted to take a vacation from yourself, your way of thinking, or even a vacation from just the narrative of this season of life in the world? And this prayer practice, the devotion of resting in the love of Christ, is going to be just that. But first off, I want to invite you to a 60-day Live Prayer Challenge. Every week between now and Easter, I'll be presenting a 3 to 5 minute prayer practice that I'd like you to engage with about 3 times a week. And if you could do it right up through Easter, I think a beautiful way to honor our wonderful God. And who knows, we may have a special reward or prize at the end of that time. But the devotion of resting in the love of Christ is one of my favorite short prayer practices. And first off, what I'd like you to do is, number one, is come up right now with a sacred word that represents something special between you and God. And I think 1 or 2 syllables would be perfect, like maybe Redeemer, Yahweh, beauty, love, home. And during this practice, as you whisper the word, when you feel distracted, it kind of recenters you. And then number 2, our gateway scripture passage into the presence of God is for us to recite Psalm 116:7. It says, "Return to rest, O my soul, for the Lord has been good to you." So after coming up with your sacred word, if we recite this verse out loud and just begin to thank God for how good he has been to us. And then after that, the last number 3 will be to envision Christ and his love for you. I love my old friend Paul Balash's song, "Lord, Open the Eyes of My Heart." And that's our prayer in this practice, is that we envision Christ looking at us in love, and then in stillness receive his gaze and remain there. 2 Corinthians 3:18 says, "Imaginatively behold the glory of God in the face of Christ, and you will be transformed into the same image from one degree of glory to the next." I was leading an aspiring Buddhist monk in a contemplative prayer garden in Bangkok, Thailand, into this practice after sharing with him the story of Jesus. And he said, "Sir, I'd like to envision him, your Jesus, for 10 minutes. So I led him in a prayer. And at the end of the time, I said, "Sir, did you experience anything?" And he said, "Well, after 5 minutes, I was shocked. It was like this immense power of love. Your Jesus was looking at me, wanting to show me how he felt about me." And I said, "Well, how did he feel about you?" And he says, "Well, I think he loves me, and I'm afraid." "Sir, why are you afraid?" "Because I think he wants to embrace me." And then his eyes dropped to the ground and filled with tears as he said, "I've never been held before." Deuteronomy 33:12 says, "Let the beloved of the Lord rest secure in him, for he shields us all day long, and the one the Lord loves rests between his shoulders." May you have a wonderful time this week with this practice. We may feel the love of God, we may not, but the joy is that we can honor him with our time. Thank you and have a good week.